Hi, welcome to Educator.com. In this final part of our web design course, I'm going to go over the extras that I added in so you can actually do the exporting of databases and add a couple things in like the Favicon, so you can basically, again, add a little bit more visibility to your website. So the Favicon website is just a little icon that we would use in a website that you would see in the browser settings, or the browser where you put the web address. And I'll show you that right now, what I'm talking about. So right here in this little area right here, it shows the Favicon, and it also shows it in where you type in the URL of the website. So there's actually a couple things you got to do to get this, and we're going to go into actually I'm going to go to the website first to show you what you actually need to do this. So depending on what you're using, there's plugins and it's free. Definitely don't have to pay for it. This was a simplified one here that just tells you, pretty much download it, and then you're going to go in and place it wherever this directory is, depending on which version you're using of your CS suite. Okay, but we're using CS4 here, and that's why I'm using this one here. So this is just the directory is a little bit different. In the older versions, you would go to plugins folder and then file formats. So here it's the opposite for the newer versions. Once you download it, you're going to basically unzip the file folder, and you're going to basically drop the plugin right in, which will allow you to pretty much open up Photoshop here. And I already did this, and it's really small. It's a very small size that you're going to actually be using. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you this canvas size dimensions here. So let me get back to pixels. Okay, so 16 by 16 is what they suggested. That's exactly what I used. It's very, very tiny, and it should be something that's very simplified, and you shouldn't really put a lot of don't make it too graphic-y, because you're going to lose it. It's so small. Just make it very simplified. So what I ended up using, cancel out of this. I use this right here to pretty much just keeping it that size, and I use the K in here and use the background color. That's all I need to do to basically give you this visibility that you're seeing up here. Once you have your graphic set the way you want, all you're going to basically do here is when you save the file, you're going to go file save as. I know you guys can't see this, but because of the dual screens we're using. But when you go to file save as, you're going to get a dialog box here that gives you the option. Now once you imported the plugin, you're going to see this ICO Windows icon. Okay, works on Mac too, so don't think it's only a Windows thing, but that's just what they call it. You'll select that, you'll save it into your images folder, and then we're going to go into Dreamweaver in a second and actually show you what that code looks like, and you'll add that code in to the rest of your pages, and it will always display that that little image there on the upper part of the browser window. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cancel because I already saved my version here. I'll close this out here, and we're going to go right into the actual Dreamweaver to show you what that code looks like. Okay, this is pretty much what all your code is. Super simple. Again, if you're using, I know I did this in the past. If you're using Dreamweaver as a text editor for your code here, it kind of like really puts it in for you. That's kind of the nice thing. So as I type in, it will just basically add in everything I'm adding. The key part here is to browse to your image wherever it is. If you already know where your directory is, you can definitely just type this in and put it right in. But since I already did this, it's there. But all you're doing is just basically linking the image to where it's at, and this is the actual file that I placed into my image folder, which I have right here. So go to images. I'll see it right here. So that's where I put that little image at, and that's how that reads, and so it knows that it's going to display that little favicon in the appropriate areas. Okay. So that's pretty much the fav icon. Again, you can use a lot of different images. I know now it can handle a lot of GIF files, like animated files. If you know how to do that, there's definitely some good reading on that if you are unsure. Okay. So here. And then we're going to kind of go into the other portion of the lessons, which is, and just a reminder here what the sizes are. I use the Photoshop, and then you can also use generators as well. And there is a decent amount of generators that you can use in case you don't have Photoshop. You're okay. You can definitely use this. So if I just Google here. Let's type in Favicon generators. Basically, you'll follow the prompts. You'll put your image in, and it will actually create it all there for you in these different supported files that you can import in, and it will go ahead and do it for you and give you the output file that you basically are going to just drop into your images folder again and redo over. Okay, I'll basically go through all the steps I just went over. There's a lot of them out there, so you can kind of like see which one you like, but you don't really have to pay for them. So don't if they start charging you for something like that, maybe don't go to that one because it's definitely they're free. It's something you don't have to pay for. Okay, so we got that one covered. Now we're going to go into